Good morning. Happy Sunday. Okay, we're here for the all things Social Security, Sunday's Social Security Roundup. And this would be a brief little one-liner or two about the videos shares that were put out last week. Last Sunday, we had it for the prior week, and so on. So if you're not the type to just, listen every day, not everything applies, and you can get a little synopsis to know if you missed a video that might be something you need. Okay, so last Sunday, of course, we did the same. And we didn't have any other video out last Sunday. I was just a little behind. It's been really busy. Okay, so Monday, February 19th, we had, this was actually pulled by YouTube from a different platform. So these things always come as a surprise to me when it happens. I don't see it when it happens. I just see it maybe, I don't know, a few hours later. And this had to do with past relevant work. It was a three-parter. This is part B, and it has to do with the duration rule. So when trying to determine what of your prior work is past relevant work, and the reason why that's important is because it's gonna let you know which jobs you have to prove that you can no longer, which of your prior jobs you have to prove that you can no longer perform, either as you performed it or as it is generally performed in the economy. It's not the only thing you have to prove in terms of what you can't do, but you have to get to that step number 4 before you're ever going to move to step number 5. So if you don't get through that step, so bottom line is you want as few past relevant jobs as possible in your past, because then you have less to prove, generally speaking. Okay, so that was Monday. Tuesday the 20th. This was when it comes to filing, when is too long to wait? What would be considered too long of a wait before you finally file your application? We've talked before about when you file a little prematurely, when it's not a best strategy for your case. Sometimes a strategic delay is worth its weight in gold, but other times delaying too long can be bad. So that was the 20th. On the 21st, this was about the 3-3-15 rule when it comes to earning your Social Security credits and filing your tax returns within a deadline. In order to get Social Security credits for that tax return. It is not an open book. There is a statute of limitations of sorts beyond which the Social Security will not count your tax return whether you file it or not. February 22nd. This was about when you have an award and the SSA decides that you are disabled, but not at the time that you said you were, but much, much later in time, thereby depriving you of notable back benefits to the savings of the SSA, but at the cost of you. When one can consider appealing that, what are the risks? And what are the pros? We kind of know what the pros are. What are the risks? Okay, that was the 22nd, 23rd, Friday Fraud Law Review. This was about a Dominican Republic citizen. This was huge. It was like a $16 million fraud against COVID relief funds designed to help people who were unable to work due to COVID shutdowns, lockdowns, all that kind. And as you probably have heard in the news ad nauseum, plenty of fraud. Whenever there's money, there's going to be fraud. And this time it was a non-citizen who decided to take advantage of the USA. Then the 24th, we had, so that would be Saturday. Yeah, just go into a little, someone was confused about what the different players were and what different words meant in terms of who's deciding your case. So we go through who's deciding your case at each stage and what their label is, what they're called. It's kind of a glossary thing. Anyway, that was it for the week, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, and I will see you next week. Bye.